Today is the release of Chilling Reign, and I can't not do something. I mean, I don't have my booster box yet, but we're still going to open some packs. Hey everyone, Nick from 9card TCG, and today we are opening 50 Chilling Reign packs in PTCGO, and if we hit anything cool or, noteworthy, we will be talking about it a little bit. We're just going to get right into it because it's 50 packs. I know it's a little faster to go through them when it's in PTCGO, but it's still 50 packs, and I don't want this video to be too long. So let's do it. So here we go. We have 50 Chilling Reign packs. Let's just mark them for trade real quick, and let's just see what people are trading for, right? Let's just get an idea. And let's change this to packs, and I want to say I am giving Chilling Reign just to see what Chilling Reign packs can get us. And I guess the game doesn't want us to do that, so we're just gonna no. Alright, well, I guess we're not doing this. So that was fun. That was good, honestly. I'm glad we did this. Real good use of my time. Anyway, let's just get right into the openings. We got 50 to go through. So, pack number 1, first ever Chilling Reign opening. And I'm excited. We got the Single Strike Heracross, Farfetch'd, Galarian Breastplate. Chestplate. This Scroll of Skies is a little interesting. Gav drop. It does base 10, and it does 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Quite a bit of damage for 2 energy. You can easily be doing 110, 160 damage. So definitely something to keep an eye on if you play Rapid Strike. And our rare is a just a Galarian Surfetch. Galarian Farfetch, Galarian Surfetch. So yeah, okay. Nothing special on that first pack. Let's go with the second. Let's see, Clobbopus, the Single Strike Weedle getting its abs. We do have an Agatha, move up to 3 damage counters from your active Pokemon to the opponent's active Pokemon. Very interesting supporter. It's a little bit of heal and a little bit of damage, so this is one of those scenarios where you can use this. Your opponent took an attack on you. Now you can, instead of Zigzagoon, scoop Zigzagoon, or you could do that and do this, and now you're doing an additional 50 damage. That can really fix some math. Flannery, being a single strike card, discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon and discard a stadium in play. This is great for things like Chaotic Swell at the moment, right? If Chaotic Swell is on the field and you play your stadium, they're both going to get discarded. But now if you play Flannery, you get to kick a special energy and get rid of that Chaotic Swell, so you can still play your stadium without it getting discarded. And that could be really important depending on the stadium that you're using. Maybe you need something like Path to the Peak to keep your opponent's Pokemon abilities from ruining the game for you, basically. We got a Reverse Hollow Heracross, and our rare is a Gold Bronzong. Very, very nice Golden Bronzong. Let's look at this thing. We all know what Bronzong does. It was introduced in Battle Styles. It has the Metal Transfer ability. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a Metal Energy from one of your Pokemon to another. It is very, very useful in Zacian and Corviknight decks. So really cool to get the Ultra Rare or Secret Rare version. Going on to pack number 3. Man, hitting a gold card in 3 packs, very, very interesting. Cast Form, Weather Reading. If you have 8 or more Stadium cards in your discard pile, ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack cost. And it does Weather Force, which is normally 3 colorless energies, 80 damage, and draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Nothing really special. Clara can be interesting. You can choose one or both. Put up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, and 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So it's basically Old Rod, or Ordinary Rod, except instead of going into your deck, it's going into your hand. Ordinary Rod is an item. This is a supporter. And Brawly, start your deck for up to 3 basic Rapid Strike Pokemon and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Can be really useful for getting things like Octilleries set up, or you get your Remoraid's onto the field. You can get your, it says basic Rapid Strike, so that does include Rapid Strike V Pokemon, so you can get your Rapid Strike Urshifu V and all that kind of stuff using Brawly. So not a terrible supporter if you play a lot of Rapid Strike Pokemon. And what do we got here? A Walrein, just a rare Walrein, nothing crazy or interesting about that. Another Snowy form, cast form, it does the same, it has the same ability. I'm not really a huge fan of the cast forms. Rugged Helmet, if this card, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged from your opponent's Pokemon, you put an energy attached to the active Pokemon into your opponent's hand. So if this is a really interesting way to just add a layer of energy denial. So you can attach this tool and you can really punish your opponent. This can pair well with things like Galarian Cursula, where every time your opponent puts an energy card from their hand onto their Pokemon, they take damage counters, and then you also run it with Spike Myth, so that every time they go to the bench, they're taking damage counters, all this kind of stuff. So there's easy way to stack up damage counters, and then you play Rugged Helmet, when they attack, the energy goes back into their hand, so they have to play it again next turn, which one keeps them and constantly having to take damage counters from the ability of Galarian Cursula, and they also can't gain any energy. They can't start setting up secondary attackers because they're always getting denied energy back into their hand from Rugged Helmet. Very interesting card. And we have another rare Walrein. There is the what is like Steel Gloves or whatever gloves that does additional damage to metal Pokemon. It's a nice tech card, I guess, for some decks. And we had a full art Avery. This will be nice against things like what is that? Eternatus VMAX. It forces you to draw 3 cards, and then if you drew any cards in this way, your opponent discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 3. Eternatus VMAX does damage based on the number of Dark-type Pokemon on the bench, and they get to have up to 8 Pokemon on the bench. So you can literally discard 5 benched Dark Pokemon, and now they do damage for 4 because it does count the active as well. So now they're doing instead of 240 damage or 270 damage, they're doing 120 damage, I think it is. So you can severely reduce the amount of damage that Eternatus VMAX. It is your supporter, but it is a nice little draw supporter too. So interesting card. We have like 44 packs or something like that remaining. Cybold Rapid Strike card. Choose up to 2 of your Rapid Strike Pokemon and heal 60 damage from each of them. Just a quick little heal. Maybe you run one of these in a deck, if even. Nothing wild. And another gold Bronzong. Okay. Another golden Bronzong. I would really like to get some other secret rare here, but I guess if I'm trying to bling out my Corviknight deck, this is a way to do it. Reverse Hollow Galarian Surfetched, and a Scolipede, just a regular Scolipede, nothing crazy. I would love to see a different secret rare card. We have Spiral Energy. This is great for Rapid Strike Pokemon that can't be paralyzed, and it counts as 1 of every energy, except it only counts as 1 at a time, but it's still a really good card, and you can only attach it to Rapid Strike Pokemon. So, you have that scroll that we talked about that has a lightning energy and it's costable. Spiral Energy could cover that cost if you wanted to play, if you wanted to use the scroll, but not have actual lightning energy in your deck. And we have a Galarian Weezing. Each basic dark energy attached to Pokemon that have Weezing in their name provides 2, and you can't apply more than one this ability at once. So you can. It's an easy way to just put 1 energy on and hit for 50 damage, or if there's another Weezing, then you can use that attack a little bit easier and faster. So not a terrible card, but I don't know how many situations it's going to be super helpful. We have a Lucky Energy. As long as this is attached to a Pokemon, it provides a colorless energy. If the Pokemon that is attached, or this card is attached to, is in the active spot, is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, draw a card. So nice little way to draw some cards. I don't know how many people are actually going to end up playing it, and we have a Volcarona as our rare. Lucky Energy is one of those things that sound better in practice, but I am not a fan of things that force you to take damage or force you to be attacked in order for it to be used. It can be useful to just pick up a card and go through your deck a little bit faster, but our rare in this pack is an Aggron. So past couple packs, nothing special. So let's see if we can start doing a little bit better. We haven't even picked up a Pokemon V yet. And there's our first one, a Single Strike Volcanion V. It has the Dynamite Tackle ability for 2 fires and a colorless. If this Pokemon has 10 or more damage counters on it, this attack does 150 more damage. So if it has 10 or more damage counters, not 10 damage, 10 damage counters. So you have to have 100 damage on this Pokemon, and then you do 250, which is pretty good, but again, I don't like having to need to take damage, because that means you can hit a Zacian, assuming, let's not take weakness into consideration, you can't knock out a Zacian. Actually, even with weakness, you still wouldn't knock out the Zacian, but it'll knock you out, and you never even get to use the effect. And we have a Zangoose. So, can be interesting for Rapid Strike, but with that energy cost, I don't know if the attack's really even worth talking about. So, let's go on. Justified Gloves does 30 more damage to your opponent's Dark-type Pokemon. A Reverse Hollow Volcarona, and a Galarian Surfetched. So we have 31 packs after this one. So we're making some progress, path to the peak. Both any Pokemon with the rule box, which means V and GX, VMAX, all that kind of stuff, have no abilities. This does include your Dedennes and your Crobats. So if you are looking, to stop your opponent's Pokemon from having abilities, maybe you're tired of Mewtwo, Mew GX, then, when you play your Crobat down, it won't have an ability either. So you're not going to be able to draw cards with Crobat if Path to the Peak is in play. So that is something to keep in mind, although very, very useful card. And we have a Slurpuff. Nothing, I didn't even know that card was in the set, if I'm being honest. We're getting a lot of... We haven't gotten an Impact Energy yet, which I would love to see. A Kecleon Chroma Shift. This Pokemon's type is the same as any basic energy attached to it if it has 2 or more different types of basic energy. This Pokemon is each of those types. It's not as useful as you think it may be, so I don't even really want to talk about it. We have a Reverse Hollow Dugtrio and a holographic Rillaboom, a Rapid Strike Rillaboom. I would love to get Karen's Conviction and some Impact Energies, being the single strike player that I am. Melanie, attach a water energy from your discard pile up to one of your Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3 cards. Nice supporter for Inteleon V, Lapras VMAX, all that kind of stuff. Dugtrio, Reverse Hollow, and oh god, yes, a Golden Fighting Energy. Beautiful. Oh my god, yes, I love it, love it, love it, love it. Very happy to see that. Reverse Hollow Cast Form and a Abomasnow Single Strike. So it has the toughness boost. Your Single Strike Pokemon in play, except Abomasnow, get 50 HP. And you can't apply more than one of these at a time. It is only a stage 1, so it's pretty easy to get onto the field. Alternatively, you could use things like Single Strike Mustard to just totally skip the evolution phase. And, your Urshifu VMAX will go from 330 HP to 380, and then if you have a big charm, now you're at 410 HP, which is wild. But I just don't see it being used as much as I might want it to be. But we'll play around with it. We definitely will play around with it, especially if I get a second. Our first Impact Energy does the same thing as Spiral Energy, can only be attached to single strike Pokemon. It provides one of every energy, but only one at a time, and it prevents your Pokemon from getting poisoned. Fog Crystal, search your deck for a Psychic Energy or a basic Psychic Pokemon and put it to your hand, and then Peona, put up to 3 prize cards into your hand, then for each prize card that you put into your hand this way, put a card from your hand face down as a prize card. It is a good way. We talked about those V-Unions. Well, if you know your V-Union is part of your prizes, well, now this is a good way to try to get it out of the prizes so you can get it into your discard pile and play your V-Union. And our rare is a Volcarona. Nothing crazy. I'm still not super convinced about V-Unions being as crazy as everyone says. Another Impact Energy, which is great, and our rare is a Beedrill, holographic Beedrill. I love the Persist Sting. It's a stage 2 Pokemon, but again, with single strike mustard, rare candies, it's not as difficult to get it onto the field, and you can attach a Impact Energy to it so that you don't even need to have grass energies in your deck, and you can just, if your opponent has any special energy attached to it, it just gets knocked out for a single energy. That is crazy to me. That's really, really interesting, and I do plan on making a Beedrill deck at some point, so definitely be on the lookout for that. We have another Fog Crystal and a Slurpuff again. We have 27 more packs to go after this one, so we are nearing the halfway point. We have a Reverse Holo Cobalion and a holographic Gardevoir. Shining Arcana ability. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Put the other cards in your hand. It is basically Psychic Intrepid Sword, but instead of being on a Pokemon V, which is a basic Pokemon super easy to search out and get onto the bench, it is a stage 2. Now, the trade-off here is instead of putting it onto Zacian, and only if they're metal energies, now it's any basic energy, and you could choose the Pokemon you put it on. You are looking at only 2 cards instead of 3, but you know, it can be interesting. I think it's an interesting card. I don't know if I love it. We have the new Spiritomb Reverse Holo and a Zeb Striker Rapid Strike Pokemon. So I'm interested in the in that card that I am blanking on, but we have a non-holographic Golurk. So halfway through our 50 packs, we are going to be doing another opening when I get my booster box. Scroll of Piercing for a fire and 2 colorless energy. It does 120 damage with the bullet breakthrough attack, and it ignores weakness and resistance. So, you know, I'm not crazy about this. It's a lot of energy for 120 damage to ignore weakness and resistance. If it was just resistance, I could see it a little bit, but you know, I don't like the fact that it ignores weakness too. Reverse Holo Cinderace Cinderstrike. Interesting card. Crisis Power. This Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. It is basically Karen's Conviction built into the card, and it does 150 damage for a fire and a colorless energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon can attack. That's easily relieved by just switching it out or having another Cinderace ready to go. You can power them up pretty quickly with things like Houndoom, or even just because it's only 2 energy, you can manually power them up pretty fast. And we have a Galarian Runegis, and if this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's active Pokemon VMAX, put damage counters on the attacking Pokemon equal to the damage done to this Pokemon. So, it's kind of a way to punish your opponent for putting massive damage. If they hit it with a Gmax 1 blow for some reason, well, now it's going to take the same amount of damage, which is crazy. Now, I don't know if Gmax 1 blow will ignore this ability, because it ignores all effects. So, but the effect it's ignoring has nothing to do with the attack. So I really don't know. We'll have to see it how it goes. Do be on the lookout for Cinderace decks. I do expect them to be popping up occasionally, especially as a pretty good one prize attack or a one prize deck. We have a Single Strike Urshifu Reverse Hollow. Interesting card. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, it does 100 more damage. Yes, that's too dark and a colorless, but honestly, you can get this on turn 2 if you have a decent setup. You know, you have one Houndour or Houndoom on the field, manually attached next turn, then you can Houndoom manually attach, and you could be hitting for 240 damage with 2 Single Strike energies, because remember, the Houndoom's ability, Single Strike Roar, will put damage counters on this Single Strike Urshifu. So just by virtue of putting energy on it, and accelerating energy, you're going to be activating this card's effect and doing pretty good damage with the one prize Pokemon. So definitely be on the lookout for this. I do see this being like a tier 2.5 type of deck, especially for a single prize deck. And we have a Rapid Strike Urshifu Hollow, not as interesting as the Single Strike version, in my opinion. Rapid Fisted Rush does 30 damage for each of your Rapid Strike Pokemon in play. What makes this good is that it's only a 2 energy attack, so you could just put a Rapid Strike energy on this and hit it, you know, for a maximum of, you can have up to 6 Pokemon on the field at once, and 6 times 30 is 180. So for a single energy attachment, you could be hitting for 180, which is pretty good with a single prize Pokemon. Moving on to the next pack, we are starting to see some different cards finally, and we have the holographic Weavile 2-hit KO during your next turn. If the defending Pokemon is damaged by an attack from a Rapid Strike Pokemon, it will be knocked out. Now, why do I like this so much? Well, you can literally hit it with anything as long as that Pokemon hasn't switched. So, you know, your opponent has a Corviknight V Max. That's a bad example because that's a free retreat cost, but they have a Zacian V, right? Zacian V in the active spot, and you use 2-hit KO. Well, now next turn, as long as that Zacian's still in the active spot, as long as you hit it with anything, it's going to get knocked out regardless of how much damage your attack does or how many damage counters it has. It is a very, very interesting card. Again, I don't know if it'll work as well as we want it to, just because of how easy it is to get cards out of the active, but it is something to consider. And we have a non-holographic Golurk down to 20 packs. So far we got a couple of secret rares, but no real Pokemon V. That's another Abomasnow. So that's very, very interesting. We haven't picked up a single V. Oh, we picked up one V, and that's it. And the rest were you know, the 2 gold Bronzongs and the gold Fighting Energy, which I'm not upset about, but, you know, I kind of want to try out some of these Pokemon V. So, like, can we maybe pick it up a little bit? I don't know what to do. Let's we have another Golurk. Our polls are really weird. You know, like I said, I really do like having the 3 secret rares, but I want to start getting some regular Pokemon V here. Ice Rider or Shadow Rider, Calyrex, either one, I will be happy with either. And we have a Tornadus V. I do think I'm going to try making a Tornadus VMAX deck. Can be very interesting. Tornadus V, not very good. I mean, it has 4 energy requirements to do 180 damage, and you gotta discard an energy from this Pokemon. Nothing special, but the VMAX is a little more interesting. So if we can get a few of those going, then maybe I can make a Tornadus VMAX deck. We have a Lycanroc and a Walrein again. So this is such a weird opening for 50 packs. We have a Reverse Hollow Tauros Single Strike and another Galarian Runegis. And I really don't know if I'm saying that right. So moving on, we have our first Karen's Conviction. It is the same thing as that Cinderace. During this turn, your Single Strike Pokemon attacks do 20 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Great way to deal just a little bit of extra damage should you need it that turn. And we have another Beedrill, so I don't mind stacking some Beedrills, I really don't. Old Cemetery, we pulled it before, but I didn't talk about it. Whenever your player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. It's going to go super well with, oh god, the helmet that we talked about, Rugged Helmet, that's going to put energy back into your opponent's hand. So, can be paired pretty well. We have a Reverse Hollow Zangoose and a Metagross V Rapid Strike. I'm not super keen on the attack. It requires you to have the same number of cards in hand or same number of prizes or something like that, and you do extra damage if you do. So, because your opponent's constantly trying to draw or, Marnie or something like that, then, it doesn't work as much as you might want it to. We have a Gallade, which is interesting, but I don't expect to get too much play. I think its attack is going to do 120 damage for stage 2. Just not particularly good. There's our third Beedrill and a full art Volcanion V, right? Yeah, there's a Beedrill. We talked about Volcanion. Not my favorite Pokemon, both in the card game and in general, so not my favorite thing to pull. I would really like to get a couple of anything else. I have zero intention of ever playing Volcanion V, so if we can get this is so strange. Okay, and we have another a Sawsbuck, just filler type material. We're down to only I think 5 packs remaining. I guess we'll find out in just a second. Reverse Hollow Volcarona and a Serena. And yeah, we have 4 packs, including this one. We are very, very close to the end. So what can we get? We have a full art or a Rainbow Rare Metagross V Max. Nice pull. I don't really intend on playing it. Max Rush during your next turn. This Pokemon's attack does 150 more damage. And I'm curious to know. Does that stack? Because it doesn't say it doesn't, but is it just based on the 100 base? Like if you use Max Rush, it does 100 damage. Then next turn does 250 damage. Will the next turn, will it do 400 damage? I don't know. Probably not. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, but it does just say next turn this Pokemon's attack, Max Rush, does 150 more damage. And if last time you did 250, well, 150 more is 400. You are assuming you don't get knocked out next turn or that your opponent doesn't boss up. So it's not a terrible attack because it's only 2 energy. So you could, in theory, attack as early as turn 2. Just 2 attachments and evolve, and you can be attacking for 100 damage. And the next turn hitting for 250 damage, which is a total of 350. Enough to knock out anything in the game. But it forces you to wait a turn, assume you're not going to get bossed, assume you're not going to get some type of energy denial, assume you don't get knocked out, something like that. It's interesting, and I think there can be something there. I think there definitely can be something there. We have a Galarian, just a regular Weezing, and we're down to our final 2 packs. The more I think about the Rapid Strike or the VMAX, whatever, Galarian was the Metagross VMAX, the more I kind of like it. It's super fast, and you compare it with Zamazenta for a wall, and you compare it with Zacian, obviously, to just draw cards with Intrepid Sword. And we have another Single Strike Urshifu, and here we go, our final Chilling Reign pack. Can we get something good? Let's find out. Another Metagross VMAX. Okay, so I guess I'm building a Metagross VMAX deck at some point. So there we go. There's the opening. That's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. And I have a pen in my hand for some reason. That's what that was. Don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button and especially the bell notification so you never miss another video. If you really want to help out the channel, hitting that like button and leaving a comment below telling me what you thought of these openings. I think they were pretty weird. 2 VMAXs, 2 Vs, and then 3 gold cards, like at 50 packs, and I got 2 Pokemon V. It just seems a little weird. I really don't know what to make of it yet. I guess we gotta see what other people's polls are like. But for now, like I said, let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you absolutely love this channel, like I need more of this guy, definitely give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Links in the description below. If you are brand new to Pokemon TCG, or even if you're not brand new, you just want to learn to play the game a little bit better, I do have a new Discord server dedicated to helping teach people how to play the Pokemon TCG. We are running a second giveaway on my Twitter, so go follow me on Twitter to learn how to win an Inteleon VMAX League battle deck. And that is actually going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.